This is working. Sorry for the delay. We will try to rush, so you'll work on this.
Where's the
One more text support.
Is there no microphone?
Mm-hmm.
Turn it on. Okay, push that red button. Let's see if it's going.
Okay, Boker Tov again. We're on Sanhedrin Perek Chelek, the exciting Perek Chelek, and we are hopefully going to do Daf Kuf today. We're at the bottom of Tzadik Tet Amud Bet. We're starting with 10 and a tiny bit lines from the bottom with the word that starts with epikoros. I think that's as far as you guys got yesterday. And the epikoros is one of the people that have no share in the world to come. So now we're going to spend a little bit of time trying to figure out exactly what is the epikoros. We tend to think this is somebody who has no faith in God, but we'll see that the rabbis are trying to be a little bit more nuanced with it. And I started this thing. Okay.
Yeah, I think we're a little further
There's
back.
one paragraph.
Rabbi Mark Ilubana Palterin. We're over there. I think we started. We didn't do Rabbi Mark Ilubana Palterin.
We did up to Rabbi Abba, who said whoever put his fellow before mitzvahs regardless.
Yeah, we're the 2 dots above that.
Whoever performs,
Like 5 lines above that.
causes his fellow to perform a mitzvah
Here.
regardless if he performed it himself.
רב אמר כאילו בנה פלטרין.
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Abba, that's what
what I said. But okay. רב אמר כאילו בנה פלטרין של מעלה ושל מטה. So now we're talking about everyone who deals with Torah, everyone who studies Torah, what he adds to the world, it will run into the apikoros. As it is said, ואשים דברי בפיך ובצל ידי כיסיתיך לנטוע שמיים ולייסד ארץ. So the people that study Torah, we will see it again. They're like building the world, and in this case, they're like building a palace. This is Resh Lakish. Rabbi Yochanan says, "Af megin al kol haolam kulo." The people study Torah, protect the whole world. So we'll all be handy in a minute. Shenemar ubetzel yadecha kisiticha. I cover you, I shadow you with my hands, and it's very beautiful. We also see it with Jonah. The word tzel, shadow, overshadow, and lehatzil have a similar shorish, are connected to each other. ולוי אמר, אף מקרב את הגאולה, even brings redemption closer. שנאמר, ולציון עמי אתה. There's a little bit of a drasha here on why Tzion and why not Yerushalayim, like a more broader term for the Jewish people that redemption is being brought. אמר ריש לקיש, כל המלמד את בן חברו תורה, מעלה עליו הכתוב כאילו עשאו. If somebody teaches the child of his friend Torah, it's as if he created him, as if he, maybe give birth is a little bit of a stretch, but as if he created him. As it is said in this week's parsha, ואת הנפש אשר עשו בחרן, about Avram ושרה, they made souls in Haran. I think familiar midrash.
That's what we were up to, actually, right?
אומר, you're up to them, but that's okay. אומר, כאילו עשאן לדברי תורה שנאמר, נודע פסוק, ושמרתם את דברי הברית הזאת ועשיתם אותם. רבא אמר, כאילו עשאו לעצמו, שנאמר, ועשיתם אותם, אל תקראי אותם, אלא אתם. Little bit of a play on the word אותם. If we read, עשיתם אותם, do these, the words of this brit, of the covenant, don't say אותם, them, but you, אתם. אמר רבי אבהו, כל המעשה את חברו לדבר מצווה מעלה עליו הכתוב כאילו עשאה. This is very beautiful. מעשה, we tend to think of it as a deed, but here it's used as a verb.
As in me'useh, of course.
Me'useh is in the passive. Me'aseh is like cause to do.
Right.
Cause to do. כל המעשה, מעשה את חברו לדבר מצווה, מעלה עליו הכתוב כאילו עשאה. It's as if the person themselves did it, שנאמר, ומתך אשר הכית בו את היאור. Your staff with which you hit the Nile. This is what Hashem says to Moshe, right? Take your staff with which you hit the Nile. V'chi Moshe hikau? Did Moshe actually hit the Nile? Moshe, the Midrash tells us, had a very close, warm relationship with the Nile, right? He saw the Nile as something that protected him, and he did not want to hit it. V'halo Haaron hikau? He had Aaron do it. Ela lomar lecha, כל המעשה את חברו לדבר מצווה, מעלה עליו הכתוב כאילו עשאה. And now we're at the Epicurus, and that's where I believe we stopped yesterday. But let's go. Epicurus. We have two opinions. What is the issue? What is the definition of the Epicurus? And actually, in one of my exploration and preparation, I came across the definition of the Maharal. What is Epicurus? And this is kind of nice, maybe obvious, but we think of it as a Greek word. Right? It's related to a Hebrew
Is
word.
it Epicurious? That's what it comes from.
Hefker.
That's what it really comes from. Yeah, that's what the...
Yeah. So what does it mean to be noheg hefker, to be treating the world with like hefker? It's not even that the person is not believing in God. It's not even crossing their mind kind of thing. They treat the world as if the world has no leader, as if they have doubt about everything. He doesn't say there's no God, but as if he's the owner of the place. There's another term that we're going to come across in just a minute, and that is to be mevazeh talmid chacham, or to be mevazeh friend. What is this bizayon? And again, we have a 3-tier definition which relates to the sugya we just finished above. One is against God, right? Somebody who thinks he's the balabait and there's no other balabait, no other ruler in the world. Somebody who's megale panim b'Torah, he misreads the Torah. So if we can look at this triangle, we have something against God, something against the Torah. And the third one we saw above is Mefer Brito Shel Avraham, somebody who undoes the covenant of Abraham. So maybe that can be seen, and I did not see that at the Maharal, so you're welcome to reject it. Somebody who is against God, Torah, and Israel would be Mevazeh. And now the rabbis will try to define us the nuances of exactly how it happens. It's very splitting hairs, so with your permission, we'll go through it, but not get bogged into it, so that we can go to the rest of the daf.
We also list as to what the word actually is, so we all know it's Epicurious, and it's just, but it's more like what the rabbis are bringing into it, their usage.
Yes. So now here we have a mevazeh talmid chacham, and here we have a mevazeh chavero bifnei talmid chacham. And now, if we call this guy Epicurus, this is going to be Megale Panim, B'Torah. But for those that want to reverse, then which is greater? Like which is worse? Which is more chamur, greater in the bad place? Okay, so Epicurus, Rav and Rav Chanina Emrit Chavayhu, both of them said, Ze HaMevazeh Talmid Chacham. Got it right. Epicurus Havi, that's his definition. מבזה תלמיד חכם עצמו, sorry, I skipped the line, רבי יוחנן ורבי יהושע בן לוי האמרי, זה המבזה חברו בפני תלמיד חכם. So, like, which one is more חמור? בישמע, למאן דאמר המבזה חברו בפני תלמיד חכם, אפיקורס הבי, מבזה תלמיד חכם עצמו, מגלה פנים בתורה שלא כהלכה הבי. So, we are working with the two definitions. Which one is worse? Is it worse to just be Mevazeh Talmid Chacham, and that is the definition? Or is it somebody making fun of somebody else in front of a Talmid Chacham?
Why do we care that it has to be in front of a Talmid Chacham?
So this is like the line of how a lot of the sugya deals, you'll see in a minute, with the respect we have for Talmidei Chachamim, and how do we treat the Talmidei Chachamim and the teachers? And that is an indication of how do we think about this whole way of life, about halacha, about Hashem, about everything. As a parent, I think it's easy to understand when people say to me, oh, I really like you, but I can't stand your kids. I'm like, no, you're not my friend anymore. So it's a little bit like this here. There's a whole package that comes with it. Okay. So one way is to read it like this. אלא, למאן דאמר מבזה תלמיד חכם עצמו, אפיקורוס הווי, מגלה פנים בתורה כגון מאי. Like the מגלה פנים בתורה is a worse, a more חמור category. This is somebody that now doesn't take authorship in how to read the Torah. So we want an example to know. Huh? You'll see we have an example. We have an example. And I'm telling you, this is very, it's not completely clear to me, at least paragraph. So just help me go through and then we'll continue. Okay. Kegon, we have an example for the latter, for the more chamur one. Kegon Menashe ben Chizkiah. And we had him already, and we know him as one of the latter kings of Judea that does everything possible, kind of, in our teachings against the Torah. Ve'ika dematani la aseifa. Some teach it from the end of that, not sure pasuk, but like from the end of that expression. Megale panim b'Torah, Rav Chanina amri zeh mevazeh talmid chacham. Maybe it's the opposite. Okay, that this is actually the Megale Panim, and this is the Apikoros, but we'll see if we get stuck. Rabbi Yochanan, Rabbi Yoshua ben Levi, Amri, Ze mevazeh chavero bifnei talmid chacham. Bishlama, again, the Gemara tries to undo it. Leman de'amar, mevazeh talmid chacham atzmo, Megale Panim b'Torah havi. Okay, now we're on the right side. Mevazeh chavero bifnei talmid chacham, Apikoros havi. Ela, למאן דאמר מבזה חברו בפני תלמיד חכם מגלה פנים בתורה הווי, אפיקורוס כגון מה? Okay, if you say that this is now this is the megale panim, then how would you define an apikoros? And that will be the core of what we're looking in. Okay. Now we have examples. Amar Rav Yosef. Okay, so now we have an apikoros, examples for apikoros, and they'll become more and more and more refined. Kegon, hani da'amri, mai ahanu lan rabbanan ledidu karu, ledidu tanu. What good do we have with all these rabbis? This is like such current conversations that it's painful. What good are all these rabbis doing for us? What hana'ah do we have from these rabbanan? They only do this for themselves. They study for themselves. We don't have any benefit. Amar le'Abaye, Hai megale panim b'Torah namihu. This is exactly the more chamur thing. Somebody that says about the rabbis that they do everything for their own enjoyment doesn't understand how this works. Dichtiv, as it is said in Yirmiyahu, Im lo briti yomam v'layla chukot shamayim va'aretz, lo samti. This is like, you don't understand how this works if you say it, because these are people that maintain the covenant, and the covenant keeps the world going, right? We say before even the world was created, Torah was there, Teshuvah was there, learning. So if there's people that don't understand the essence of what it means to learn Torah, you don't understand this whole covenant I have with the world. Amar Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak, mehachana mishma mina. Also from here we have another pasuk that explains us. Shenemar, v'nasati lechol hamakom ba'avuram. I will forgive the whole place for their sake. Where is that from? Coming up? Sodom ve'Amorah. I will forgive the whole place. Not because each individual is worth that forgiveness, right? Not because the place is shot. The place should have been demolished. But if there's 50 righteous people, in their merit, the whole place is upheld. And we'll see it reiterated in that sense. Now, what we hope they mean in Talmidei Chachamim, it doesn't have to be somebody who's done daf 7 times and knows all the shas and poskim and everything by heart. But it can just be people that study Torah, hopefully, that help like glue the world together in maybe a way we don't exactly know, but that's part of our understanding.
Talmid Chacham and a tzaddik. You know what I mean? You can be a Talmid Chacham and
not necessarily be a good person. Yeah. Yes.
Here we're conflating the two.
It's a longer conversation. We will have it at 8:31. Okay. Ela, kegon, here, now we have another example. Ela, kegon tiyativ kami rabbi, v'nafla leishmata beduchta achrite, ve'amar, hachi amrinan hatam, ve'lo amar, hachi amar mar. I'm pausing. Also, another alternative is for somebody who's like, shows levels of apikorsut, which you'll see how nuanced it gets. This is somebody who sits in front of a teacher And all of a sudden, this is me, comes into his mind an idea he heard from a similar or another topic from somewhere else, and he says, yeah, we have taught this, as opposed to saying, Rabbi so-and-so taught it, right?
And therefore you're an apikoros and nochel olam haba? That seems like a little harsh.
Michael? Can't do anything about it. Gets better. Okay. Rabba Amar, Kegon Hani de Bei Binyamin Asya. We have an example from the house of Binyamin the doctor. The Amri, Mai Ahani Lan Rabbanan. What is the good that these rabbis bring to our world? Me'olam lo sharu lan urva velo asru lan yona. This is like an amazing statement. What is the goodness of these rabbis that have come to, that they do anything to us? They have never permitted to us a raven, nor forbade a dove. What does that mean? This is completely astarim, huh? What does it mean? It's basically, this is the obvious. The raven, yeah.
In other words, just explaining things we can figure out ourselves.
Yeah, we can figure it out. Like the orev is never kosher, right? It's never permitted. The dove is always permitted. And what can I say? They never made the orev permitted, and they never forbade the dove. Rava, now we have an incident with Rava who liked to tease him a little bit. Ki havu meiti treifta, the Bei Binyamin, when he had an opportunity with something treif in front of these people, ki have chazi batama lehitira, he would try to find some way to permit it. Amar lahu techezu dekasherina lechu urva. Okay, he's like, look, I'm permitting you a raven. Okay, so he's trying to show them that he actually has a way and there is a usefulness. But it's a question, and it's a question that comes up in modern life all the time. What are the Talmidei Chachamim doing? The Talmud is very strong about them being part of the glue of the world. And obviously, then and now, they're dealing with objection to that idea. Okay. Rav Papa Amar, Kegon de Amar, Hani Rabbanan. Rav Papa's example to somebody who's an apikoros is somebody that says, those rabbis. There's a couple of explanations how to read it. But like, they talk about it in zilzul. Like
or very casually.
Casually, also not identifying who are the names. It's like very, those. Okay, Rav Papa ishtali ve'amar kegon hani Rabbanan. It actually happened to him, to Rav Papa, that he said this expression, ve'itiv beta'anita. He was so remorseful, it was so important that he said in a fast.
But yeah, it also goes to show you how difficult we made these standards, even the rabbis
themselves. Yes. And how far they made the line, right? Like if the epikoros is one thing, they broaden, right, the siyaga, so that if you trip, you can make it up, as opposed to be completely in apikorset, right? Completely in hefker. It already is protecting the Talmidei and the Talmidim and the Rabbanan, how to treat them. It's not even about the faith in God, right?
I think some of it is because it's an oral tradition. It's really important to preserve the chain that it's coming from. So when you muck it up, either by not attributing or by talking in the broad plural, you're sort of losing that.
The essence, yes, and then maybe next generation worse and worse and worse and worse. But I think it's incredible how they protect it. You'll see additional examples.
Yeah, but saying that though, it's one thing to say, okay, be careful to say, we're saying that someone who crosses this line is, that's it. You're
so like Rav Papa obviously fasted, right? So he was able to make up. But there is an issue.
Yeah, I mean, it probably means something like habitual. Never does it.
Okay. Levi, בר שמואל ורב הונא בר חייא הבו כמתקני מטפחות ספרי דבי רב יהודה. Levi, בר שמואל and Rav Huna bar Chia, they sit and they fix up the scarves that wrap the Torah scrolls, wrap the scrolls in the Bet Midrash of Rav Yehuda. I think some Sephardi shuls still do that there is scarves like around kerchiefs. German shuls around the Torah, Ashkenazim less. Kimatu Megillat Esther, Imri מגילת אסתר, לא בהם מטפחת. When they got to מגילת אסתר, they said, this is the Megillah, it doesn't need a scarf. אמר לה, כי היי גב ננה ממך זה כי הפקרותה. Rabbi Yehuda says to them, the way you were mezalzel, the way you were like down speaking of Megillat Esther, that already looks a little bit like הפקרותה. Okay, next example. Rav Nachman אמר, זה הקורא רבו בשמו. If you call your rabbi in his first name. דאמר רבי יוחנן, or in his name, דאמר רבי יוחנן, מפני מה נענש גיא חזי, and this is a long story in the book of מלכים ב', I believe, מפני שקרא לרבו בשמו, שנאמר, ויאמר גיא חזי, אדוני המלך, זאת האישה, וזה בנה אשר החיה אלישע. He should have said, אדוני מורי רבי, Elisha revived the son, right? Why Gehazi was punished, he was the assistant of Elisha, and he called his teacher just in his name, instead of saying, he said, my master, the king, right? Adoni HaMelech. This is the woman, and this is her child that Elisha revived, but he didn't say, and, yes, there's no intro to Elisha. For example, and I don't think it's coming in examples, with Moshe, Eldad uMeidad, they come to Moshe and they say, the people are prophesying in the camp, they say, Adoni Moshe Klaem. And even on that, jail them, right? Or hold them out. And even on that, there is a debate. Was it right for them to say Moshe to his face, or was it enough for them just to say Adoni or Rabbi Moshe? So how much respect is it? Okay. Yativ Rabbi Yirmiyah kamei de Rabbi Zera, v'yativ v'kamar. So Rabbi Yirmiyah sat with Rabbi Zera, and they taught, עתיד הקדוש ברוך הוא להוציא נחל מבית קודשי הקודשים, ועליו כל מיני מגדים. In the future, it starts with what are we talking about? But you'll see it will wrap back. Rabbi Yirmiyah and Rabbi Zera have this teaching that they say, in the future, Akadosh Baruch Hu is going to bring forth a creek, stream, from the place of the Holy of Holies, and on it there's going to be all sorts of delicacies, because it is said, in Yechezkel, we have a pasuk, ועל הנחל יעלה על שפתו מזה ומזה כל עץ מאכל לא ייבול עליהו ולא ייתם פריו לחודשיו, יבקר כי מימיו מן המקדש הם היוצאים, והיה פריו למאכל ועליהו לתרופה. This is the whole pasuk from Yechezkel. It says there's going to be a creek, and on its banks there's going to be fruit trees. They're not going to wither, and the fruit is not going to fall, and the water will come from the mikdash. The fruit is going to be edible, and the leaf is going to be for medicine. We will expand a little bit on the for medicine in just a minute. But first, to wrap back to the Apikoros. Amar lo ahu Saba, Yishar. An old man was sitting and listening to Rabbi Yirmiyah, Rabbi Zera, and he said, nice job. V'chen amar Rabbi Yochanan, Yishar. Unclear what the Yishar is doing there, but possibly this older man said, hey, good job, guys, on this drasha. Even Rabbi Yochanan said this too. And Rabbi אמר לי רב ירמי כרב זרע, כי היי גבנה מחזי הפקרותה? Does that smell a little bit of hefker? Like, who is he thinking that he's giving us ציונים? He's giving us marks, right, on what kind of drashot we give. And he remembers to mention Rabbi Yochanan after he spoke up. Does that smell a little bit like hefker? אמר לי, רב זרע says, chill, Rabbi Yomi. He was trying to help you. He was trying to support your statement, not be apikorsu. But ela isha mielcha hasha mielcha. Let me tell you another incident that happened that does have a little bit more hefker sound to it, especially an incident that happened with Rabbi Yochanan. Ki hadi etiv Rabbi Yochanan v'kadrish. Rabbi Yochanan was sitting and teaching. עתיד הקדוש ברוך הוא להביא אבנים טובות ומרגליות. The Holy One, blessed be He, in the future, He's going to bring gems and beautiful stones. שהן 30 עד 30 אמות. They're going to be 30 by 30 amot. If an amah is this, 18 inches to 24 inches, think about the size of the stone, 45 to 60 feet. of stones, and what is this all for? וחוקק בהם 10 ברום 20 ומעמידן בשערי ירושלים. It's going to be carved 10 on 20, and it's going to be in the gates of ירושלים. And we of course have a פסוק שנאמר, ושמתי כדחות שמשותייך ושערייך לאבני אקדח. I will place these stones that are carved in the gates of ירושלים. לגלג עליו אותו תלמיד. The student was mocking Rabbi Yochanan when he was saying, אמר, השתא כביאתא דצלצל לא משכחינן. כולי היי משכחינן? Like, we barely see gems the size of an egg, like the size of maybe heart of a palm, or the size of something really small. You expect us to see 30 by 30 that are going to be in the gates of Yerushalayim? לימים, sometimes later, הפליגה ספינתו בים. He sailed in the ocean, this Talmid, and some unclear if he actually sailed or if this is a metaphor and he had a dream, לא חשוב. חזינהו למלאכי השרת, he saw the ministering angels. דכמה נסרי, אבנים טובות ומרגליות. They were busy in some place, sowing good stones and gems. אמר להו, הני למען, he said to them, well, what are these stones for? אמרי, עתיד הקדוש ברוך הוא לעמידן בשערי ירושלים. These are the stones that are going to be placed in the gates of ירושלים. כי הדה, אשכחי לרבי יוחנן, דיאתי וקדריש. When he came back, he chanced upon Rabbi Yochanan, who still was sitting and teaching. אמר לו, רבי דרוש, ולך נאה לדרוש. Rabbi, go ahead, teach. It's very nice that you're teaching. כשם שאמרת, כך ראיתי. What you said, I saw. You think it's good or bad? אמר לו, ריקה. Rabbi Yochanan says to him, empty one. אם לא ראית, לא האמנת? Really, you needed to see for yourself. You would not just believe our tradition, the teachers. מלגלג על דברי חכמים אתה. You are mocking the words of the sages. יהב בעינה ועשאו גל של עצמות. It's a very Rabbi Yochanan thing. He looked at him and he made him a pile of bones. Hard to make sense of this. Rabbi Yochanan always making a pile of bones of people that upset him. Not always, but
maybe it's just metaphoric.
We hope it's metaphoric, connecting to what we've read earlier. Where's the valley of dry bones? Did he see this person as dry, as somebody who's just body and not soul? Hopefully metaphoric.
His anger reduced him.
Yes.
Gave him a look.
Yeah. He definitely gave him a look. And he had that look. He did it to other people. Some of them he revives, and some of them he just leaves by the side of the road. Okay. Meitive, we have an issue. Now, wait a second. Very nice, okay. He maybe was like, had a size of Apikoros, but you said something earlier in the Pasuk, in this teaching, that made me think. You said it was 30 by 30. So what's with these measurements? Let's look a little bit more. It says in Vayikra, in the brachot at the end of Vayikra, "Va'olech etchem kumemiyut." I will walk you kumemiyut. And now this word kumemiyut, unclear what it is. On the pshat, let's say in modern Hebrew, it means independence, but it comes from lakum, right? From to stand up. And there's a double in there, kumemiyut, right? It's could have said komiyut. But there's a double mem. What is the meaning? Rabbi Meir Omer, 200 amah. I will make you as tall as 200 amot because of this double. Ki shtei komot, 2 floors, shel Adam Rishon. Adam Rishon supposedly was 100 amah tall. You, in the times of the Messianic times, you will be 200. Rabbi Yehuda Omer, kuf amah, 100 amot, keneged hechal v'kotlav. Rega, you're going to be 200 amot tall, but the sanctuary is only going to be 100, right? How this is all going to work. שנאמר, אשר בנינו כנטיעים מגודלים בנעוריהם, בנותינו כזוויות מחוטבות, תביא ההיכל. We have a pasuk from Tehillim that doesn't have any measurements, but it explains to us that this is going to be a majestic structure and how we're all going to fit. וכה כי אמר רבי יוחנן, לכו ידפי זיקה. Don't worry about it. Rabbi Yochanan talking about the 30 by 30, which for us is already incredible measurements. That's only the windows. So it's all going to work out. Okay, so if we're already analyzing this pasuk, let's pick up another piece. mai ve'aleu litrufa, right? Remember, we said that these beautiful trees that are going to grow by the side of this creek stream that comes out from the Beit HaMikdash, they're going to have edible fruits and they're going to have leaves that are litrufa. So what is this lamed? A little bit superfluous because it could have said alehu trufa. The leaves are a medicine. What is that litrufa? We're going to see a little bit of a wordplay with it. Rabbi Yitzchak bar Abudimi v'Rav Chisda Chad Amar. So we have two opinions now from these two sages. Chad Amar, one of them said lehatir pe shel mala, v'Chad Amar lehatir pe shel mata. One said the litrufa. We play with this word.
So tray pan.
Trufa.
Like
We
tray
say this is lehatir. We break it up. We say lehatir pe. Okay. So what is the pe? What is the pe that we might undo? One says that of above, and one says that of below, and then we'll have an explanation. What does it mean? Itmar, רגע. נמי, חזקיה אמר להתיר פה אילמין, בר קפרא אמר להתיר פה עקרות. We've seen it in Nida a lot. Sometimes the womb or is called a mouth. So the mouth of below is the mouth of barren women. There's not going to be barren women. The mouth of above is the people that can't speak, is actually the mouth. So this is litrufa will open up. Rabbi Yochanan says, no, don't take it anywhere. Litrufa mamash. It could have been really a medicine. מהי לתרופה? רב שמואל בר נחמני אמר, לתואר פנים של פעלי הפה דרש. Again, like to kind of beautify the people that are speaking, the teachers, which are here the Talmidei Chachamim. Rav Yehuda b'Rabbi Simon brings us, again, like a metaphor. I'm not exactly sure how to unpack in the short time. כל המשחיר פניו על דברי תורה בעולם הזה, הקדוש ברוך הוא מבהיק זיוו לעולם הבא. If somebody blackens their face in this world over studying Torah, then HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Holy One, blessed be He, will shine on him in the next world. Because it is said in Shir HaShirim that his sight is like a Lebanon, Bachur Ka'arazim, he's a lad like a cedar, and then later there's a reference of how his countenance is going to be bright. So maybe there's a toil, like there's an issue of if we toil in this world, where is it going to show up? Not all of it is going to show up in this world. Is there a reward in the world to come? Okay. אמר רב תנחום בר ברב חנילאי, כל המרעיב עצמו על דברי תורה בעולם הזה, הקדוש ברוך הוא משביעו לעולם הבא. If you starve yourself, you take food away from yourself in order to study Torah in this world, Hashem is going to feed you in the world to come. שנאמר, we have another pasuk from Tehillim, ירביון מדשן ביתך ונחל אדניך תשקם. The pasuk says he's going to feed you, satiate you even, from his home and from the river, bring you up. כי את הרב דימי אמר, עתיד הקדוש ברוך הוא לתן לכל צדיק וצדיק מלוא עומסו. So now our metaphors even grow. Hashem is going to give to every righteous person his fullness. And then what is exactly Hashem's omes? Like how much is he going to unload to us? שנאמר, ברוך השם יום יום יעמוס לנו האל ישועתנו סלע. Hashem is going to give to us his Yeshua סלע. אמר לו, אביי, וכי אפשר לומר כן? Is it really possible to say that? Like, Hashem is going to just unload his whole load of good things to us? It says somewhere else, מי מדד בשעלו מים ושמיים בזרת אכן. So, already says somewhere else that it's measured. It can't be just that Hashem dumps all his goodness on us. And it might be, not sure how they read it, but zeret, it's like a pinky. It could be not a full hand, but just a finger. And again, this, we've seen it in the previous page. אמר, מה איתמה? לא שכיחת באגדתא דאמרי במערבה משמי דרבה בר מרי. This is funny. It should we should remember it for Rav Avi's class. He says, "Well, what's with you? You're not versed in the agadot that are in Eretz Israel in the Ma'arav." This is when the West was in Eretz Israel. From the name of Rav Bar Mari, עתיד הקדוש ברוך הוא לתן לכל צדיק וצדיק ג' מאות ועשרה עולמות. The Agadata from the West says that the Holy One, blessed be He, is going to give to every righteous person 310 worlds, whatever that means. Because it is said, להנחיל אוהבי יש, ואוצרותיהם המלא. We have a pasuk in Mishle, in Proverbs, that says, I will give the ones who love me, אוהבי, להנחיל אוהבי, yesh. I will give them what? We don't know what yesh means, right? This is like everything, right? The existence. But then they look and they say, yesh in Gimatria, Yud is 10, Shin is 300. Therefore, that's the 310. We're going to get 310 worlds, and I will fill up their treasures. Yesh begimatria tlat 110 havi. Okay, and breathe. Tan. Rabbi Meir omer, b'midah she'adam moded modedin lo. This is should be highlighted and discussed, at the 8:31 in very, very, very great length. And we're just going to go through it so we can at least get to the top of the next page. But it's a whole concept of God gives us in the measure that we give Him. So that it's a very complicated thing because we loosely translate it into sachar va'onesh, into like reward. Thank you. I was punishment, and the first word escaped me. Reward and punishment, but that is a very I don't want to say anything epicurus here, but from what I've listened to, it's more a petty way to look at it. But really, measure would mean what kind of midot we have. If we have a midah of rachamim, we might merit that midah. If we have a midah of din, we might merit that midah. It's not if we do 3 mitzvot, we're going to get 3 pennies back. But it's a bigger picture. Okay, תכתיב, בססה בשלך תריבנה. We have a pasuk from Yeshayahu, which we don't exactly understand because we don't know what this word is, בססה, what's going to happen. And so we have a perush on this, and you'll see in a minute. אמר רב יהושע, וכי אפשר לומר כן, זה possible to say this, אדם נותן מלוא עמסו לעני בעולם הזה, והקדוש ברוך הוא נותן לו מלוא עמסו לעולם הבא, והכתיב שמיים בזרת אכן. Like, really, if we give everything, then Hashem is going to give us exactly the same thing back. It's not a trade. It's more of a flow, and when things flow, they're not precise, but they flow. Okay. ואתה היא אומר כן, איזוהי מידה מרובה? Okay, question. איזוהי מידה מרובה? מידת טובה מרובה או מידת פורענות, ארי? רגע, או מידת פורענות. Which is, because now we have a problem. If we do a little good, we get back a little good, and if we do a lot of bad, we get back a lot of bad. Like, what is the calculation?
But they say, they say that we don't know. And Perkevot, I think they mentioned it, right?
Yeah, שאין יודע שכרן של המצוות, right? Like, we don't know the reward of the mitzvot. A little thing could be big, and a big thing could be little. I mean, like, so I love and believe in this, like, this and that aspect of Talmudic teachings. If we knew exactly what is the calculation, I would go home and I would calculate to myself, I'll give 3 tzedakot, that will give me 30 points, and then I can do something else, and that will subtract 10 points, but that's okay. So there's an idea that you don't know what it is. But if I went with that idea to the end, then I could come up with a system that says, there is no reward and punishment. There is no dialogue between us and Hashem. You don't have any idea what it does, right? And then the Gemara says, wait. No, there is the other side. There is a measure for measure. What is it? We don't know. Oh, we don't know, let it go. No. It exists. Invest in what you're doing, it will come back. Somehow we have to hold both.
There's another idea, it's a little bit, maybe a corollary, that what we remember as our good deeds, Hashem forgets because we're holding on to them.
Yes.
Forget,
I think it's
Hashem will remember.
Yeah. That this is the play in the Torah a lot on lizkor v'lo lishkoach, right? Like we have mitzvot to remember. How do you command somebody to remember? How do you command somebody to not forget or to forget?
Oh, I was talking about our good deeds that we remember.
So we
and Hashem,
yes,
because he sees you're holding
so
on.
now we have the same with Hashem. Right. Okay. Yes.
I'm wondering if this midah keneged midah is like your perspective on the world. If you see things as good and you're participating in good, then when things happen to you, you see it in that same framework. And if you see things in a very din kind of thing, I'm going to do exactly, then when things happen to you, you perceive them.
So you mean
way.
some of it is between you and yourself, right? A little bit. That's what you're saying.
Maybe.
Like how you see
the
how
world
it comes
is how,
back. I think yes, there could be a lot to be said for that. Okay. I am committed to making mileage here. Okay. Havi Omer, midat tova meruba mimidat puranut. The good things are greater than the bad things. במידה טובה כתיב, ויצב שחקים ממעל ודלתי שמיים פתח וימטר עליהם מן לאכול. Right, we have a pasuk that says, where am I pasuk? That in Tehillim, that the doors of the heaven opened and food rained down. במידת פורענות, when there's trouble, he says, Hashem says, ve'arubot hashamayim niftechu. When in the flood, the chimneys, right, or the windows of the heaven opened. Not all the doors, right? Not the whole heaven opened to rain down like it was the good things, but it rained badly, but not the whole heaven opened. Only the arubot, only the chimneys. במידת פורענות הכתיב, ויצאו וראו בפגרי האנשים הפושעים בי, כי תורעתם לא תמות, ואשם לא יכבה, והיו דראון לכל בשר. In פורענות, in the bad side, it says, we have another pasuk from Yeshayahu, you go out and you see the carcasses of the people, and their fire does not burn, and it will be like to remember for all flesh. But then the Gemara questions, wait, like this is little? Like, how can you say that that's a little thing? Because when we just reach our hand to the fire, we immediately get burned. And here there's a fire that keeps burning. And here there's, in my mind, an amazing statement to close the sugya. Ela, כשם שנותן הקדוש ברוך הוא כוח ברשעים לקבל פורענותם, כך נותן הקדוש ברוך הוא כוח בצדיקים לקבל טובתן. Just like Hashem gives the bad guys strength to accept the bad things, like they might say, yeah, that's nothing, blah, 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 blah. Then Hashem gives strength to the tzaddikim, to the righteous one, to receive the good things that come their way. And I think it is incredible. This is like such a psychological insight. The latter part specifically, that we need strength to receive good things. That if we don't have a certain amount of strength, we can't receive even the good. It's like it takes something to receive good. And that's incredible. All right, deep breath, and we're going back to the Mishnah and picking up a part from there. So this was all the Apikoros and the conversation that came from there. Now we have Rabbi Akiva who says, another someone who does not have a share in the world to come is Af HaKoreh Basfarim HaChitzoniyim. So, what are the Sfarim Chitzoniyim? What are they? What we call external books, right? So let's imagine we have 3 circles: the Tanakh, the Sfarim Chitzoniyim. Okay, sorry for my writing. Hopefully this makes kind of sense. And here we have what we call the Brit HaChadasha. Right, a lot of these conversations happen with the new Christians, with the early Christians looming around us, right? They are trying to establish their connection to the Tanakh. They need a line from here to themselves, right? The rabbis are trying to sever this line, because we'll see something very strange. Rabbi Akiva Omer, Af HaKoreh Basfarim HaChitzoniyim. Somebody who reads that letter Ba is very critical. Just a second. somebody who reads in the Sfarim Chitzonim to us, they're external to us, they're not external to the Christian tradition, he also doesn't merit a world to come. And I'm already giving you a spoiler, as many of them that we can read will be amazing, but you'll see that the Gemara quotes from the Sfarim Chitzonim. Therefore, all the rabbis knew what it says, but Rabbi Akiva says, Afa kore ba Sfarim Chitzonim. So this is very, very nuanced Hebrew. But think about it, if that rings anything, I'm not sure how to translate. You will read a newspaper. You don't read a Torah. You read in the Torah. You study, you invest yourself in the Torah. There's a different pronoun there, right? בעברית, you read, קורא את העיתון, or עיתון. You don't קורא בעיתון. לקרוא בה means really an in-depth soul study, immersion, and that is a no. You're welcome to know what it says in it, but you are not to immerse yourself in that way. So that's option one to explain it, הקורא בספרים החיצוניים, and option two is that by accepting this, your route to accepting the New Testament and going into Christianity is much straighter. And so the rabbis work hard to make sure, as if this was a road, right, that this is impassable. Don't go here, because eventually you go here and you go on. Okay? So that's the introduction. And now, spoiler alert, now what they'll do is bring different psukim from Ben Sirah specifically. Some say he was one of the descendants of Jeremiah, unclear. He's Sfarim Chitzonim. We're going to bring quotes from Ben Sirah, and they're going to say, how about the Torah says it too? What's wrong with it? So it's clearly not the content of the writing. It is where they stand historically, and how do we immerse ourselves in them. Okay, Tana בספרי צדוקים, גם also ספרי צדוקים. רב יוסף אמר בספר בן סירה, נמי אסור למקרא. Forbidden to read in the ספרים, in the books of the Sadducees and in the book of Ben Sirah. אמר לו אביי, מה טעמה? Why? אילמה משום דכתב בי לא תנטוש גידנה מעודיינה, דלה ליזיל משחיה לחבלה, אלא צלי יתי בנורה ואכול בי תרטין גריצים. Oh, what's the reason we can't study Ben Sirah? Maybe you mean because it says, don't skin the fish from his ear. I have no idea how you skin fish, but what can I tell you? This is what it says. Don't skin the fish from his ear because it's going to cause damage. But fry the whole thing in the fire and eat it with bread. Well, that's such a big deal. For that, we forbid you the book. If it's the pshat that it's wasteful, the Torah also says, lo tashchit et eitza, right? The Torah says, bal tashchit, don't destroy, don't waste. If it's the drash, skinning the fish through the ear possibly refers to having sex in shelo kedarka, in inappropriate ways. So the rabbis teach it too. Like, so what problem do you have? All right, let's try another pasuk then. Ela mishum dichtiv, bat le'avia matmonet shav. It says in Sefer Ben Sirah, in the Sfarim Chitzonim, a daughter is to her father a false treasure. מפחדה לא ישן בלילה, בקטנותה שמא תתפתה, בנערותה שמא תזנה, בגרה שמא לא תינשא, נישאת שמא לא יהיו לבנים, הסכינה שמא תעשה כשפים. אוי גבל. It says in Ben Sirah, the daughter is a false treasure to the father. He's so anxious about her. He doesn't sleep at night. When she's young, because he's worried that she's going to be tempted. When she's a teen, because she's going to be tizneh, she's going to go in bad ways. When she's older, perhaps she won't marry. When she's married, perhaps she won't have sons. When she's old, maybe she's going to do kshafim, witchcraft. So it's always trouble. What, for that you scratch out the book? The rabbis taught the same. The rabbis taught it's not possible for the world to be without male and female. the rabbis also said, lucky is the one that has boys for sons, and not to who his children, we understand here, banav is children in general, female. Oh, maybe another one. Not sure if to race or see what's...
Well, because we're actually, they're waiting to come in.
Okay. I will very, very, very sadly... Can I do one more?
Sure.
And then I'll pause. Okay. Ella, maybe, perhaps, let's raise another option. משום דכתיב, לא תעיל דביה בלבך, בגברי גיברין קטל דביה. It says in the book of Ben Sirah, don't hold pain in your heart, because it can kill. A mighty man can, gavri gavirin, the mighty man can be killed from pain. But that's a problem? Shlomo amra. Shlomo said the same thing. De'aga belev ish yashchena. And there's a beautiful wordplay, and that's why I wanted to steal it. Shlomo said, when a person has worry, right, he should trample that worry. He should crush it. And then there's a wordplay. Rav Ami, Rav Asi, chad amar yasichena midato, v'chad amar yasichena le'acherim. Freud should be so happy that he's in the Talmud. There's two options how to read this yashchena, because it's a unusual use of the verb. Shachuach is to hunch, so crush the worry so it doesn't get to you. But how do we read it in more common language? Yasichena midato, push it away from your mind. And one says, yasichena le'acherim, speak to it with other people. It will help you alleviate your pain, and that will help you grow and not be destroyed. So that also should not be a reason to Ben Sirah. We have not yet found a reason. Hopefully more tomorrow. Thank you so much for being with us, and a wonderful day.